Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to Time Agent Vlogs 1 Against an Army, my Time Agent Vlogs for the Series 3 Episode 4 story, 1 Against an Army. Episode, not story, because it's technically a 6-part story, part 4. And we're coming to the end of Series 3, we're into the second and last half. Oh, I'm sorry, there's someone doing kind of a whistly, kind of annoying noise. It's going to get on my nerves, I expect it. If you can hear it, it'll probably get on yours. So in this episode, Mortis is about to go into Vision X to find out what's going on when Liam calls him out. Because he wants to know what's happened. Properly. So Mortis then just walks around town for a bit and eventually meets up with Scarlet Brook, who we'll talk about in a moment. Liam then goes back to talking to the the contact, whilst Robin and Alec reach Cardiff, where they meet Zoe. They discuss it for a bit, then Liam and the contact talk a bit, and then it's revealed that the contact was the one to set out the time agency, or so, in the words of Agent Liam. The contact knows about the stuff under the vault, and then he explains that he met the executive when he first started out, and the executive offered him some for some whatever reason to sell out the time agency, and then the contact finds out that he was tricked, and then that's when the slaughter begins. So, and why did he do it? Money. So then the contact commits suicide. Liam just lets him. Understandable, because Liam's very pissed off. He's extremely angry, but I think the contact should have had a redemption. Similar with Katrina, I think they should have had a redemption. Especially in this case, he's actually a good guy. He just did a bad thing, and when he realised his mistake, he then got everybody else together, all the other survivors, to fight against Vision X. So if we had a scene or two, a few more scenes of him, maybe if he died a hero, if he redeemed himself by saving Liam from the contact, maybe trying to intervene. He could have died a hero and redeemed himself for his mistakes, but no, he commits suicide, so you can't apart from helping everybody else, you can't exactly call him a hero anymore, unfortunately. And then Liam goes off to confronts the executive, who reveals that his plan, part of it, is revealed he's serving the Flower Alien god, and he's converted Captain Tobias into a Flower Alien, and they take Liam to the tomb, or the lab, or whatever. They're going to convert him in the next episode. And that's the ending of the episode. But we're following different time routes. So Robin and Alec and Zoe decide to go back to Darkchester after going to Cardiff, and they realise that they were sent there because Liam wanted them out of the way. So they have to go back to Darkchester for the next episode. And finally, the story that we're following the most in this one is Scarlet Brooks, the journalist. She gets told to try and find out more about the time agency. I don't suppose you can really find out much more about what you already know, Mr. Bosk do. I mean, there's not many people revealing much. This is probably the closest she got to getting more information with the executive. They have an interview, and kind of going... First, it looks like she's dominating him, as journalists do, dominate the people they're interviewing, and then he starts dominating her. This is not sexual by any ways, this is just talking. And he kind of knows some of her little secrets, and then kind of threatens her. He's good at threatening, isn't he? This is probably where, so far, the executive has been a fantastic villain, on the same level as Katrina, but it was around here that we start to see him start to kind of come out as an even better villain. He's certainly a bit more unhinged, and soon we'll be seeing him become an even better villain. So Katrina then leaves after an escape of assassination by a Flower Alien, and then meets up with Mortis, who also escapes assassination from a Flower Alien, the Black Flower Alien to be precise, just after. She saves him, but only after a few seconds of her just... Yeah, we are starting to write women better, but there's also a kind of a a bit of a way to go before we can develop them a bit more. Yeah, times are slow at changing. And then they go and hide in Darkchester Park. Mortis has been poisoned by the venom, so he has to go to sleep for a bit, and so his white blood cells can fight it, and his tissue can regrow or something. And that's one against an army. Not gonna lie, the least amount of stuff actually happens apart from the contact's reveal. This is probably the shortest episode of the series, I believe, but only by a few seconds. It's about 24.5 minutes. Episodes 2's 26, 27, 3 and 5 were in 25, 26. So it's only shorter than 3 and 5 by a few seconds. I think 5's longer than 3 by a little bit. And then 2 a little bit more, and then 1 and 6 are the longest 2 of the series. So, yeah, this is the shortest episode of this series, but barely anything happens. There's exposition, but I mean, only interesting bits are dealing with the contact. And Mortis and his team, not Mortis, Robin and his friends, and the executive bits, of course. The executives bits are always highlights in this series. Scarlet Brooks feels like she was added in just for the sake of having another female character, or just another character in general. It's good to have more female characters, and with a bit more development, she could have become a time agent in the next series. If she appeared earlier on, she could have joined Mortis in rebuilding the time agency in Series 4. Maybe she'll be an ally like Robin and Jackson, or would have been if it was made. I didn't really find her a great character. I think she gets slightly better and slightly worse at the same time as the series goes along, especially in the last one. She's pretty much just... to be honest, Mortis and Scarlet scenes in the next episode are probably the least important of episode 5. So, you know, I think she... Yeah, I'm going to agree with what I said. She gets better and worse at the same time. I think the performance improves, but the character is weakened as the series goes along, which is a shame because the next 2 episodes are great. And everybody else gets a great shot, apart from some people we'll get to. Liam is pretty great. I think Billy Tracy's performance is improving each episode, as with Alan Rafferty and Sam Woodhull, Dr. Alec McDonald. Zoe's a pretty good character. I would have liked to have seen more of her. She's only in 2 episodes. Although I think she does talk a bit too quiet in this one. She gets a bit louder in the next one, which is that's a good sign. We'll talk a bit more about that next time. And the flower aliens are just there. I think this one's just a filler, to be honest. This one's quite a filler episode. Even the introduction, whilst pretty good, it's still just starting up an episode of filler. And there's some exposition in the series that we already are aware of. I won't hold that against it. So it's pretty neat coming from a different person's point of view, Scarlet in this one, as opposed to the Colonels in the first one. This is during the interview scene. Information we already know about the time agency, plus other stuff that people have said. But overall, One Against an Army is a pretty good one. It's alright, it's not bad, it's alright, it's just okay. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's the weakest of the series, but it's not the worst episode overall. So, that's it for One Against an Army. Next time, it is episode 5, Sins of the Past. We're on to the penultimate episode of Time Agent. Because Series 4 never got released. And nothing else has come out since, so we'll be on to the penultimate episode overall. So far. So, thank you for watching. Next time, Sins of the Past. Goodbye.